Can you describe your steak seasoning and cooking full process? Well, thank you, Patrick. Yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah.
I love when the audience asks questions. It feeds me. It propels me forward. Thank you, Patrick. Yes, so here's the steak process. You ready? You take the steak, you buy it, you can or cannot rinse it off. I don't think you need to. If you're going to a reputable butcher, you don't have to rinse it off, but you can. If you do rinse it off, then you pat it dry, okay? Then I put a little olive oil on it, little virgin olive oil on it. Then you do kosher salt on both sides, rubbing it in. You rub it in, nice and lightly. Make sure the whole steak is coated in kosher salt. Not too much, but just enough to coat it. You're not pouring a pound of salt on there. You can or cannot add pepper. It's up to you. You can salt and pepper it or just salt it. Gary's, I just salted. You don't need to pepper it. Then you could let it sit out there. If you're going to cook it right away, you let it come down to room temperature. So you let it sit out on the counter or in the microwave covered. You don't want it sitting on the counter where a fly might get in the fucking house and sit on it. You put it in the microwave, and you don't put the microwave on, of course. You just let it sit there. Or you cover the steaks. Then you bring it to room temperature. You don't want to cook a cold steak. Okay? Now, all the while, you get your cast iron skillet. You put oil in there, not virgin olive oil. You use something with a higher burning point. Virgin olive oil burns very quickly. You can use canola oil. You could use peanut oil. You could use avocado oil. You could use, I wouldn't use coconut oil, but you can. So just use whatever oil. You could use vegetable oil. Do not use the virgin olive oil. You get your cast iron skillet or whatever frying pan you're going to use. You let it heat up for a good 10 minutes. 2 o'clock is fine. Hello, how are you? Good morning. Is she waiting for us? What's going on here? Was she actually waiting for us to walk? Lady, just fucking drive. We're not in your way. Okay, so here we go. You let this cast iron skillet get really, really hot. To the point where if you put that steak on, it's going to go... It's going to sizzle on that cast iron skillet. Now, you do not let the oil burn. If you see that oil smoking, you turn it down. You want to start it with a medium-high heat. Then you bring it down to a medium heat. You reduce it a little bit if it's burning, if the oil is burning. So let the oil heat up 10 to 15 minutes sometimes. Okay? I'm in a rush because I want to eat, so I might let it go a little shorter. So you put the steak on, okay? You leave that steak alone. If you want medium rare, you cook it. If it's inch and a quarter thick, that ribeye, or inch and a half thick, you let it cook for a good 4 minutes on each side. Now, if you want it well done, you do 5.5 minutes on each side. But that's not all. But wait, there's more. There's more. Okay? When you flip it, you put a generous pat of butter in the pan, and you sprinkle it with thyme, and make it all taste good. Who can make the sun shine and sprinkle it with dew? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. It's this Jew. The candy man can.
The candy man can.
Okay, Eddie Crawford, good timing. We're cooking a steak. Okay, so when you flip it, you put the butter. A good amount of butter. Remember, not too much oil in the pan. Just enough to cook the steak. Whatever oil you choose, you're not filling it up. You're not frying chicken here. You just do enough oil to fry a steak. So you do the thyme. You sprinkle the thyme in the butter. Now what you do, when you turn that steak over and you add the butter and the thyme, you take a ladle, right? You take a ladle and you put that butter and that thyme and the oil, which whatever's left of the oil, you're putting it over the steak. You let that go 4 minutes. Now, if you get a nice, delicious ribeye, the edges may have fat on it. Yeah. So what you do is after 4 minutes each side, you pick the pan up halfway. So the pan is tilted, where all the butter and the thyme and the oil is right at the edge of the pan. And you pull that pan back where it's everything, where that the bottom of the pan, which it's in the air a little bit, but the bottom of it is touching the stove. You pick up the steak with maybe a fork. Don't stab it with the fork. You're better off doing those tongs, and you sizzle the edges of the steak. So that should be boiling. That butter, oh, what do we got here, Gary? Holy shit. So that butter, that butter and that oil, it's sizzling. Okay, you follow me now, Selector? 2 o'clock is fine. Just text me. Damn. God damn. Damn. All right, we interrupt this program for a very hot black girl jogging. Let's go straight, Gary. I don't want to be around people. So anyway, now we're not done yet. Follow me now, Selector. You sizzle the edges. So you want that fat to get crispy and to burn off a bit.
That's what I did.
It's delicious. You take it off with tongs. You're not stabbing the steak. You pick up you put the steak on a glass plate. Then you put it away. You pour some of that butter sauce, or you could take fresh butter and put it on. You don't need the fresh butter, though. You take that butter juices and you put it over the steak. Not too much, just enough to coat it. You let that steak sit probably 10 minutes. 8, if you're really hungry, 8, you fat fuck. But you let it sit for a good 10 minutes. That's when I make my delicious horseradish and sour cream mixture. It's called creamy horseradish. I mix equal parts of sour cream, equal parts of horseradish. Mix that together really good. Amazingly, some restaurants don't know what the fuck that is. I've been to steak restaurants that don't know what the fuck that is. But any reputable place will know exactly what that is. Oh, God. So let's see what we got here. Angelique's laughing. Then you eat your steak. It's fucking amazing.
The steaks were so good.
It's fucking amazing.
I did that shit.
It's the way to do it.
I tilted it, man, right?
Yeah.
And I had that oil and all that butter hit the sides of that.
Nice.
Oh, it came out so good.
Yes. And you lifted the steak,
Yep,
right? You
yep.
got to lift the steak.
I lifted it, yep.
Me hear you, everything, Irie. Me hear you, everything, Irie. Come on down, Selector. Coming around with the dancehall style. Sing. Ba-da-da-day, da-da-da-da-da-day. Ba-da-da-day, da-da-da-da-da-day. Bo! Coming to the jam with the Spiffer Sensei. Down with the sound called BDP. You want to join the crew? Well, you must see me. You can't select Shan, other one Molly. Shan and Molly rhyming like they gay. Picking up the mic, man, and don't know what to say. Saying hip-hop started out in Queensbridge. Saying rhymes like that, man, I know they can't live. God, I wish I knew the rest of that. I love that song. Tell them again. Oh, well, it is what it is. What about on the grill? Okay, Patrick, on the grill. You season the steak the same way. You do a little bit of olive oil, salt, maybe pepper if you want, the kosher salt. On the grill, high heat. Very high heat on the grill. You do 4 minutes one side, 4 minutes the other side. Let it rest 10 minutes, done. It's not the same as the frying pan. Now on the grill, when you take it off the grill, you are adding the butter when you're done. You could add the butter on top, let it sit on the top, let it melt in, then you spread it out when it's melting, and you can do a little thyme too. Thyme and butter go very good on a steak.
You want a steak?
I don't want a steak, Gary.